Last week, Astrazeneca provided data that said their vaccine had a 79% efficacy rate with symptomatic diseases. Now, new data released Thursday has a 3% decrease in efficacy rates with symptomatic diseases, now at 76%. And this change came after the National Institutes of Health put out a statement saying there was concern that AstraZeneca may have included outdated information from their trial, causing the error in efficacy data. However, their data with severe diseases and hospitalizations remain the same. But even with that 3%, AstraZeneca is still effective. If you look at the data, this compares to modern vaccines available in the United States. Its efficacy rate is still lower than Pfizer and Moderna, but it is higher than the Johnson 66.3% in the United States.
So Moriah, let's talk about this efficacy rate that you mentioned and kind of the issues with that. How did this happen and how is that affecting what we're seeing right now?
Right, so the numbers originally went down because AstraZeneca provided data way back from February 17th. And the issue that happened was this wasn't the data that they needed to present in order to be regulated by the FDA. So they reviewed it. It did show consistency, but they had to update the analysis, causing the decrease of 3%.
So let's talk about vaccine hesitancy. That's something everybody's mentioning with this. It's a huge media crisis at the moment. How is that figuring into this debate with the vaccine and what we're seeing with these trials?
So obviously right now the numbers being lower at 3% are causing some hesitations, but it goes beyond that as well. There's a limited amount of doses with the AstraZeneca vaccines, and AstraZeneca has had an issue getting the number of vaccines to people in time, and there's been a small number of participants with blood clots. However, Dr. Anthony Fauci says that this vaccine is still effective, and as we saw in the data, it's more effective with efficacy rates than the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and Dr. Fauci said that these are unnecessary doubts.
So Moriah, what is the process we're looking at here with this vaccine and how it's going to be administered in the U.S. or authorized in the U.S.?
Right, so Michael, this is a long process that we're looking at because of this data misinformation. So it's going to take a few weeks for AstraZeneca to have another analysis of data to be able to send to the FDA, and that's going to take many weeks for the FDA to approve for emergency authorization. So we're looking at this possibly coming in mid to late April.
Moriah, thank you very much.